Hello and welcome back to Jikoronpa. In the previous episode, I gave a very, very long theory about what I think is going on. So, Daisuke is dead. We're in the trial. If you want to hear my theory, go to the last episode. But the TLDR is that I think Seinuke is the first killer. And now we're just going to continue the trial. Yeah, it's just that simple.
Well, I have a small thought, everyone.
And we're going to listen to Mayume's small thought.
It is unrelated to Hikari's innocence for now, but I believe it may be important in continuing either way.
Alright, and everybody thinks I'm the killer because I was sitting next to the dead body and kind of had an argument with the victim hours before he died. So it makes me very suspicious. But Mayumi and Asuka are on my side, and Mayumi's protecting me, so thank you.
What is it, Mayume?
In regards to the assumption he died immediately, this factor made me curious. Why did the killer not target his head instead?
Okay.
That does seem like a worthwhile concern. It may be beneficial to discuss that and clear any confusion. Any firm conclusions may help us narrow down the killer more, after all.
Well, according to my theory, basically what happened, the killer was going to kill Hikari, but Daisuke saw the killer approaching her from behind, and he, jumped in front of her to save her. And while the killer was just swinging down the hammer, it just naturally hit Daisuke's shoulder when he jumped in front of her. And then after the killer hit his shoulder, I guess they just kind of panicked, just started whamming him right where he could, which would naturally be the neck and the jaw if he went a little bit away from the shoulder. Because if Hikari just looked up and saw the killer, they would have been screwed. So they just kind of had to go crazy, finish the job, and just leave.
Thank you, Fuyuka. And, well, the hammer that some of the others found, it is inevitably the murder weapon, correct?
I don't understand why it wouldn't be.
We haven't discovered anything else that could have been the weapon, I believe.
I see. Then, for the final blow, I do not see why the killer took any kind of issue with the strike to the skull.
Huh? What do you mean, Mayume? With a weapon like that, any hit to him would have been, fatal, wouldn't it?
No. Getting hit, if someone grabbed you a hammer, hit you in your stomach, that would hurt, but it wouldn't kill you. What are we talking about, Ryu? Come on now.
Nah, I doubt it. Just bashing him in the armor leg wouldn't do crap at ending his life.
Correct.
Just so you fucking know, I didn't steal some crappy hammer!
That's not what your voice line says. Yeah, it might ruin his life with permanent injuries or whatever, but actually killing him? Bullshit.
What if the killer hit his arm or leg first to make him fall?
They didn't, though.
Easier to slay a mortal when they're on their knees, you know.
Once again, the people who did investigate the body are just throwing out random thoughts, instead of letting the people who did investigate the body make the actual theories. I don't know why this is happening.
He had no other injuries, I think. Only his neck, jaw, and shoulder areas were hit. With their close proximity, I think those areas were all hit by one swing of the hammer, rather than multiple separate hits.
A broken neck is still fatal, is it not?
That is true, but for a quick kill, it's easier to aim for the head than the neck.
Mm-hmm.
The head is a distinct spot, while the neck is in between the shoulders and jaw. Without experience, you may end up hitting a non-fatal spot instead.
That is what I thought as well. It seems quite peculiar to me they would attempt to hit his neck rather than his head. Almost anything else would not guarantee an instant death, as far as I'm aware.
Why would they risk hitting anything but his head then? Especially with Hikari there. I mean, if he survived, there's no chance he could have kept silent, is there?
Noopers.
And with Hikari there, it becomes a stupid move for the killer.
I mean, we still haven't disproved her as the culprit. Could be a twisty twist reason for why. Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps she's a secret sadist or something.
Well, thanks, Sasuke. Thanks for this. That's something Daisuke would say, and I'm very emotional about it.
Oh, shut up. That doesn't fucking lessen my point. Why risk the victim staying alive at all and telling everyone what happened? Do you really think the killer would happily accept being despised and judged by the group for however fucking long we have to stay here?
It's true. Why would the killer risk Daisuke getting away? With how argumentative Daisuke was at the beginning, there's no chance the killer wouldn't consider him telling everyone. And I doubt the killer would be so sadistic as to try and leave him alive and see his last moments. Why? I need to think about this more in depth. Is this another minigame? Right. Welcome to another minigame. In Inner Refutations, Hikari must battle against her own mind to uncover potential possibilities. On the right side of the screen are Hikari's negative thoughts. These will argue against Hikari, or put her down. On the left side of the screen are arguments that might help refute those negative statements. To progress in this minigame, you must match one thought on the right with one on the left that either cancels it out or outright refutes it. Once you have selected the pair of statements that you believe is correct, press the Continue button on the bottom left corner. If you get it right, you can press Onward. If you're wrong, you lose health. Be sure to take the opportunity to save now if you want to be careful, and I recommend saving often. Well, with that said, I guess we save. Good. Hey guys, this is post-record Owler here. So basically I was kind of stuck on the first one for like 8 minutes. And I was like, that's quite embarrassing. And I was kind of like just mumbling to myself the entire time. And it's like, okay, this is going to be interesting. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to speech this entire thing. I also kind of forgot to record half of it. I'm using my mic. So for half of it, it just looked like I was silently struggling and wanted to end everything. So I was like, okay, let's just speed this up and get it over with. And if you want some fun information, at the time of I'm recording this, I've already finished chapter 2, and I have feelings about what I just witnessed. But to tell you what's happening here, basically, Daisuke just died trying to protect herself. That's what we're concluding. Daisuke did push us out of the way. He didn't want us to die. So while trying to protect us, he ended up killing us. And I can see we're about to get to the end of it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that with you there. I did this one take only. Didn't even bother doing another one because I'm too lazy. But I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, and I am back. I will say, I actually got the second and third phases correct first try. It was only the first phase that really threw me. And in my defense, I do feel like the statement that was like, say nobody was sadistic, did kind of refute all three of them because they were all kind of saying the same thing about that. The thought was like they wanted to see him suffer, and I was like, no, nobody does. I feel like that did like refute each other, but you know what? It's fine. We got through it, and I saved Scum, so I consider my high horse like I didn't do anything wrong. If the killer abandoned me, then God, they might have tried to aim for my head. Comparing the heights of Daisuke and I, my head would match up to where his wounds are. That's the answer, isn't it?
Well, I think I have an answer to all of that.
Say it, Shorty.
Saying
I
it.
know you all don't believe this, but it's the truth. Daisuke was killed right behind me. But I think, at that moment, the killer didn't know who they were attacking, or who else might be there. If they were running with a weapon, they wouldn't have been focused on anything, except hitting their target. And they would have tried to hit my head. They would have tried to kill me. But Daisaku stepped in at the last second, and they broke his neck. Instead, with our heights, my head matched up with the exact spot where he was hit.
The hell? Daisuke stepped in for you?
Like hell he would! He yelled at everybody and thought of himself as a fucking god, didn't he?
I have trouble believing that somebody like Daisaku would protect somebody in that way. His actions thus far haven't exactly screamed, "I would sacrifice my life for you."
That was a funny way of saying that.
It is hard to believe. He was definitely scary.
I wouldn't sacrifice my life for you.
Are you sure that's the reason, Hikari? With somebody like him?
Hikari, if you just yell at everyone to shut up and just go crazy about it, honestly, you'd be right. Like, instantly my favorite character.
You know, you should probably come up with a better lie than that, Petals. You shouldn't write him so out of character.
Well, Daisuke did seem to become slightly less argumentative for a short time, and he spent a great deal of time around Hikari.
Okay, I feel like I do have to mention that Yuki's voice actor keeps saying Daisuke instead of Daisuke, and to be fair, I made that error at the very beginning as well, but it's quite humorous that the imagine that Daisuke died and Yuki hasn't even known his name. Kid from that little doesn't even know his name.
But after that argument, I'm not sure what to believe.
No, that's wrong. That's all wrong. Why are they talking about him like this? Can't they show any respect towards him when he's dead? Damn it! He was scared. He was frightened, but he still apologized to me. He still tried to make things right. So
Stop talking about him like that! None of you knew him. None of you gave him a chance. And why did he do all that? Hikari, Daisaku was better than that. The least you can do for him now is not constantly tear him apart.
what am I thinking? Though I said that, the truth was, I distrusted him too. I didn't want to. Yes. Thoughts poured into my head. Irrational, stupid, paranoid thoughts. But maybe being suspected is what I deserve. For distrusting him. For leading him to his death. For being so stupid in the first place. This is what I deserve, isn't it?
Daisaku, I must not let the darkness consume a moth such as I. Huh?
Chiyuki remained silent for a few seconds. She took a deep breath.
Hikari is correct. He was not a simple villain. He acted rude at times, but I still believed in him. I believe in him now, as well.
Okay, we have one person out of 13. That is progress.
He is gone now, but that is no excuse to slander his name. So, please, stop talking about him like this. Some may have had their personal issues with him, but I believe there was more to him. I believe in him, and I believe in Hikari.
You know what, Chiku? You could use more force, more persuasiveness in the voice, but I appreciate his sentiment. Just get more confident.
Assuming things, putting forward statements that only hurt others, they will not help bring light or joy to any individual here.
What? Damn! I just been called again for calling him a terrible person.
Dang. Sorry, Minty. Guess it's pretty terrible to talk so badly about the mortal souls who've passed. Oh.
Yes.
If you two truly did care about him, then there must be a reason why. I apologize for looking down on him, you two.
Please, do not fret. For we can solve this together. I believe in every individual here to the fullest extent of my capabilities as a moth.
Look, I get that you're all sentimental about what a supposed good person he was, but that doesn't mean anything here.
I mean, it kind of does, because it helps shows that he it proves my case.
Hikari's theory may explain why the killer potentially hit his shoulder, neck, and jaw rather than his head, but there are more possibilities.
Could you please give me an example of one of these supposed theories and just sustain more possibilities?
They could have missed. They could have had trouble holding the hammer that high. Your little story doesn't hold up.
What? I mean, I guess what she's saying, but practically, how do you miss their head? I mean, like... No, wrong. I meant to... I mean, that's got a pretty big neck. Like, not to even mention, like, the hair. Like, his head is pretty big. How do you miss that? And who struggles to hold a hammer? Like, I understand what she's saying, but I feel that's pretty lackluster rebuttal.
No, but
But I do admit that I admire that you're finally defending yourself, Hikari. Maybe if you convince us with enough push.
I'll try. Daisaku was my friend, so I want to do all that I can for him.
You know, your supposed friendship with him does make me wonder. How was he lured to the living room anyway? If your old story about Scream was a lie, something must have made him go there. Imagine entering a room and having a hammer slammed into you! Would sound like a fun surprise, if it didn't have a side effect of death.
Maybe to you, not me though.
If Hikari was all buddy-buddy with Daisaku, perhaps she lured him there somehow.
Why would I bother luring him to the... If I was buddy-buddy with him, I would have just killed him in his room. Why bother going to the living room in a public space? It would be a lot more safer, and leave a lot less clues if I just murdered him in his own room. Kazuyuki.
Daisaku lacked trust in most of us, so a friend would be more likely to lure him there than a stranger.
And like I said, I would not have needed to lure him in the first place because I was a friend of his.
I wouldn't.
Hikari wouldn't do that. Do you think somebody like her could be a fucking criminal mastermind and betray his trust?
But do you have any proof that she wouldn't?
Do you have any proof that I would?
Not exactly, but...
We do not have proof yet, but I'm certain we'll find some.
Yes, we cannot give in yet. I'll be by your side, Hikari. I will assist you however I can.
Thank you, Chiyuki. We can't give in. Chiyuki's right. I have to find some sort of proof that I didn't lure him there. I have to listen and find something that helps my case. Yeah. Missing devices, Mayume's account, cabinet items.
Daisaku would have had to been lured somehow. So, how?
Right.
Well, he could have walked in on his own, but nah, too convenient.
It's probably the cabinet items because that's like where the scream came from.
Now that I think about it, there was nothing at the scene that could have lured him.
Well, that's wrong.
Well, perhaps other individuals found something at the scene? Were there not multiple teams?
Prince Peach and I didn't find anything either, Minty Fresh.
He either walked in on his own or followed somebody. That is for certain.
Clearly not. The way you look so panicked.
Hikari's the killer, then she took advantage of whatever trust Daisaku had. How could you abuse somebody's trust for your own crime?
No, I didn't lure him. My group found something that could answer this, I think. Also, two things. I actually forgot for a second that I'm looking for something to agree with, not to refute. So I almost would have gotten it incorrect by using it on Fuyuka's statement, but I'm going to use it on Chiyuki's statement because I can agree with that. But secondly, something I didn't really say in the last episode. Sometimes, like if I'm not really paying attention or just kind of looking at it, the highlighted words are kind of hard to say because in the canon Danganronpa, the like text. The like highlighted text reader are bright yellow or like a bright cyan, so they're very noticeable. But this kind of turquoise, it's like it's not like hard to notice, but like sometimes I could just like miss it if I'm not paying attention. So like that's why it makes it a little difficult. But maybe I'm just being a baby. Anyway, it's going to be cabinet items on Chiyuki statement. Here we go.
Well, now that I think...
Well, perhaps other individuals rituals found.
Right.
Wait! Chiyuki's right! There was something at the scene, Fuyuka. Tsubaki, Iki, and I, found more stuff. Some stuff we haven't mentioned yet.
There was? Why didn't you inform me of it?
Ah, my apologies. I was about to enter the technology room, but then...
Perhaps they simply did not have enough time to? I was not a part of it, but it sounds like the investigation must have been quite chaotic. With a murder occurring, no individuals can be expected to act calmly.
Indeed, but chaotic may be a slight understatement.
Yep, both of them are right. You kinda started an argument and walked out real quick when we wanted to discuss it with you, you know?
So it seems Fuyuka had lost her temper whilst investigating.
Wow, Fuyuka, you lost your temper. Oh yeah, is everyone still really say that?
If even a bodyguard
Yeah.
can concentrate on all this, what chance do I have?
Fuyuka's about to punch everybody in this room.
Not to worry, Ryu. As a fellow knight, I shall never lose focus whilst protecting you.
I shall never be as lame as that little Fuyuka.
Right, we gotta stay strong.
And Fuyuka just grabbed the heads and bashed them in together.
A novelist and an artist versus a bodyguard, huh? Hey, the pen may be mightier than the sword after all.
Fine, point taken. Just spit it out then. What did I miss at the scene?
There was a walkie-talkie and a voice recorder in the cabinet, I believe. The two items were right next to each other, so it's likely they were used together. Oh, I actually have them in my
Oh, thank
pocket.
God.
I apologize for not bringing them out earlier.
It's gonna be a lot easier to explain with them, so like just play the voice recorder. Pulled the walkie-talkie and voice recorder out of his pocket.
How are those items related to luring Daisaku to the living room?
Well... The
Well,
voice recorder plays a scream. I imagine it might have concerned Daisaku to the point where he could have checked it out.
It was the exact scream I mentioned to you all earlier, too.
A scream? Did somebody record themselves yelling for a plan such as that?
Shit. Is this our key to who the killer is? Whose voice is on it?
that's the problem.
I'm not sure it would be so easy as to listen to a recording.
But we must stay positive. Perhaps it still holds a vital clue.
And here's where we hope we play the scream and Colette, Ryu, and Mayume recognize the scream from a movie. I don't know why Tsubaki wouldn't have recognized it, but I'm assuming that specific part of the movie must have happened after she was gone. Or maybe she wasn't paying close enough attention to the movie to remember it.
Well, I personally didn't recognize anybody's voice from the recording, but... I'll play it now, in case perhaps one of you will recognize it.
Iki pressed a button on the voice recorder, and as it played, everybody listened intently.
What the hell?
That's terrifying.
Yep, no wonder somebody might have checked it out.
Wait, now that I think about it, the rooms are soundproof.
Yeah, we heard it through the walkie-talkies.
How would you explain the scream being used to lure him?
If only Daisaku had my divine perception of sound. I can hear things from miles away, you know.
Oh, so you heard the scream then? I should take it as.
I can hear everyone's heart beating for mine. Don't fall for me too much, or you might end up in my realm.
And I'm sure you can hear my fist being 10 seconds away from your fucking face, right?
Still, it is true. Normally, nobody would be able to hear a scream if they were in their room. And it's hard to believe that Daisaku would have randomly left his room at that time for no reason.
Right. With the rooms being soundproof, we wouldn't be able to hear screams from anywhere else. How were we able to hear the screams? With the walkie-talkies.
Well, the walkie-talkies are more like phones, rather than regular walkie-talkies. As long as they're switched on, you can hear any sound that comes from another one. Even if the rooms are soundproof, you'll be able to hear what comes from them.
The walkie-talkies work like that? That's confusing as hell.
So you are saying Daisaku heard the screams over a walkie-talkie somehow, and that lured him to the living room?
Mm-hmm. With the voice recorder and walkie-talkie being hidden in the cabinet, they would have had to turn on the walkie-talkie, press play on the voice recorder, and then hide.
That functionality would explain how Daisaku was led there. But how do you know all that, Hikari?
Huh? What do you mean?
That's right. It is a bit, odd that you knew that. If the killer used it for their plan, they would have definitely known their purpose, right?
If I was a killer, why the hell would I bother explaining all that?
I mean, I don't know. He has a point. If you didn't lure the lost soul, then how'd you know so much about how they work?
Well...
You know what, Carrie? Things would be so much easier if you just told them about the plan, even if it sounds suspicious. Just, in fact, you should have told them during the investigation. You shouldn't have waited this long, but you do have to just tell them about the plan. Even if you think it'll make you look suspicious, people are already suspicious of you anyway, so you may as well tell them the truth.
Seems you might have slipped up.
No, I didn't.
It seems this trial was easier than I anticipated.
No, there is another reasonable explanation, everyone. I know there is.
Shit, I can't deny that's suspicious as fuck, but there's gotta be something more to it. Damn it.
It didn't go as I planned. Oh, hi Fuyuka.
I'll take control.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Oh god, that kind of scared me a little bit, Fuyuka. What are you doing?
I can't deny that what you said brings more suspicion towards you. But I doubt you would slip up that easily.
Thank you, Fuyuka. Jeez, I need someone like you. I am not that dumb, I promise.
Thanks?
We'll get everyone's opinion on this and have clarity after I sort through their statements. Hopefully you can defend yourself afterwards.
Thank you, Fuyuka.
Everyone, say your statements loud and clear. I'll take control and help us all come to a firm conclusion.
So, Fuyuka's leading us now? Well, she's gonna be leading us the whole time, to be fair. Maybe that can be a good thing. Maybe she can turn suspicion away from me. Welcome to another minigame in Sharpened Instincts. Fuyuka will take control of the situation and listen closely to the different statements presented. One statement will be shown at a time, and to move on to the next statement, you can press the space key. If you wish for the character to elaborate more on their statement, you can press the press on button in the bottom left corner. After a character elaborates on their statement, you can look into their statement if something seems wrong about it, or go on to look at other statements. If you pinpoint the most suspicious statement, you can move the discussion of the trial along. If you're wrong, you lose the health. She doesn't need to refute statements, but gather the right information out of the right people. Be sure to take the opportunity to save now if you want to be careful, and I recommend saving often. Well, thank you for the recommendation. Good luck! Okay, here we go. Sharpened Instincts.
Maybe she randomly tested out the walkie-talkies before all of this.
Okay.
That is possible, but not certain. All we know is that the killer lured him and had knowledge of the devices. Hikari had that knowledge.
There's a different reason as to why she has such knowledge. Please listen to my words.
Oh, what might that reason be? I know for a fact our little sunflower played around the walkie-talkies. So I'm curious.
Okay.
Maybe she randomly tested out the walkie-talkies before all of this.
Is Asuka speaking again, or is this their first statement? No, okay, there's only 4 people. That's fine. Okay, I can wait for 4 people. I'll just go through all of them just to get the dialogue.
Hold it!
Oh, jeez.
Randomly tested them out? Why would she?
We had that thorough investigation thing a few days ago, dumbass. She could have easily just been curious. Don't assume she's the killer based on idiotic assumptions.
And yes, you do the same exact thing. Would you like to refute these statements? God damn, I do not.
Maybe she randomly tested out the walkie-talkies before all of this.
I mean, I could refute it because we didn't. Hikari investigated with Iki, Senisuke, and Fuyuka in the kitchen, living room, and laundry room, so we wouldn't have been in there. But I don't want it. That would make me look worse. So I'm not going to do it.
That is possible, but not certain. All we know is that the killer lured him and had knowledge of the devices. Hikari had that knowledge.
Hold it! That doesn't confirm that she committed the murder by itself.
Though that is true, her knowledge of how the walkie-talkies functioned is the only lead we have. Though anybody else could have discovered their functions within the past few days. Now that she has described how it works, we won't know if anybody else already knew it or not.
Kazuyuki does make a good point. Nobody can slip up about their knowledge now, unfortunately. Would you like to refute these statements? No.
That is possible.
There's a different reason.
This is when she brings up the plan.
Care to explain?
Well, it is not my place to say.
Vague and careless about consequences as ever, I suppose. I don't think I'll be able to make progress by pushing her either way. Would you like to refute these statements? No.
There's a different.
That's.
Oh, what?
Hold it! The wording seems odd. You know for a fact?
You're pretty smart, aren't you, Queenie? With a couple of those handy things going missing, I know at least 2 of them were used by her for that tricky plan.
Why the hell are you so vague? I would. Does he know about the plan?
I have it! Wait a second. Did you investigate the technology room at all?
Nah, Kazu and I finished investigating a bit of stuff before Dia caught out to all of us. Didn't have time to head there.
Right?
Here we go again. Being deliberately vague for your own sense of fun.
I mean, at least he's having fun?
Of course. I have a lot of fun with you around, Kahara.
You may be having fun, but be serious. How did you know about more than one missing walkie-talkie, Sanosuke?
Oh. You caught on, huh?
Yes.
Yes, she did. Please stop wasting my time and tell them all before my brain melts from your lack of intelligence and clarity, Sanosuke.
There were 4 missing, but if you 2 didn't investigate the technology room, how would you have known that?
Fine. Well, one walkie-talkie was found in the cabinet, right?
Yep, it was hidden away behind some stuff. Your point?
Did they find another one in the kitchen?
Wow. Guess what
Okay.
I found, fellas?
He found a second walkie-talkie. That is what he found.
No fun, Kazu. But yeah, here it is.
Sanosuke pulled a walkie-talkie out of his pocket.
Second walkie-talkie?
Well, that'd be the 4th walkie-talkie. Yeah. Is that the 4th one? One was with Daisuke, one was with me, one was used in the murder, but...
Holy shit! So 2 of the missing 4 were found, huh?
Whoa! Where'd you find such a treasure for our current pursuits?
In her room.
My room? Oh, never mind, that's not the one that... Oh, that's... Oh. Sanosuke pointed at me. Wait, what? Why did he point at me? Because, Hikari, you dropped one of the walkie-talkies and I said this would come back to bite you with the... Okay, the thing is, if Daisuke had one of the walkie-talkies, wouldn't they have found it on his body? Unless he also dropped his walkie-talkie, and when Tsubaki left, since Tsubaki had his tablet, Tsubaki went to investigate his room, and she also found his walkie-talkie.
Huh?
Hikari's room?
Hikari, just tell him about the stupid plan!
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, sorry,
Was
Asuka.
really found in her room? This is, another joke, right?
For once, this isn't a practical joke of his. I saw it too. a walkie-talkie, lying on the floor of Hikari's room.
Wait a moment. How did you two get into her room? The locks only open with our tablets, do they not? Or did I make an incorrect assumption?
Nope. Your handy-dandy devices only work with your tablets.
Did Hikari leave the door open?
Unless it was stolen or borrowed, no one else can get in.
That is a good point. How would you two have gotten into her room? The doors lock automatically after they close.
Actually, the door was just a smidge open. Surprisingly enough. Luck's on our side, huh? Sloppy move for a flowery killer here.
You know what, at first, I've gone through a wave of emotions. At first, when Fuyuka pointed something out, I was like, oh, great. Are they actually going to accuse Seinuke? Because the Seinuke knew about the missing walkie-talkies but didn't investigate the room, that makes him the killer because he did not need to know it. But instead, he found a walkie-talkie. Then I was going, oh god, down, he found the fourth missing walkie-talkie. That means he's not the culprit. But he actually found the walkie-talkie in Akari's room. So that's making me go up. It's like, oh, maybe he is the culprit. He's trying to frame Akari even further. So I was on the Seinuke train, I was off the Seinuke train, and I have now jumped on the moving train. I am back on Seinuke.
She could not have possibly killed him.
I'm actually going to get so upset. I'm trying not to show, but I'm actually getting very frustrated with Akari. I would just tell them about the plan.
The two of us befriended him, didn't we?
Sorry, Minty, but that doesn't fucking erase what the two of those found. The power of friendship doesn't solve a damn thing when somebody's life is on the line.
Oh god! No! That's... When I heard the scream, I must have dropped the walkie-talkie and I left my door open.
It isn't what it looks like.
You can't defend yourself here, can you?
Shit. She can't be the killer, can she?
She has to be the killer now. I don't see why there'd be any other explanation.
Okay, yeah.
Hikari, I do not know how to defend you, but...
A factor such as that may be impossible to defend, Chiyuki.
And well, congrats to Kari, because now that you didn't tell them about the plan, if you tell them about the plan now, they're just going to assume you're lying, because it sounds like a very bad excuse, so you've screwed yourself.
Befriended Daisaku, but I suppose the motive tore through us all.
Yeah.
Maime, how could something like this happen?
I'm glad this is fucking over with at least.
Because of my stupid mistakes, I'll be voted as his killer. And why did I do that? Why did I run after some random scream? Why did I do anything? I'm so stupid. I'm a failure. I don't do anything right. Why can't I do one thing right? Maybe it's better if they vote for me. Maybe I should accept it. It's my fault that I ran after the scream. It's my fault that Daisuke died. It's all my fault. Sorry, Daisuke. Oh, I'm just gonna have a crisis over that, jeez.
I thought you all were smarter than this.
Huh?
Tsubaki, yes, protect me.
What do you mean?
Remember how the walkie-talkies work? As long as they're on, you get to hear the sounds that come out of the others. But this means Daisaku would have had to have a walkie-talkie too, doesn't it?
I guess so. But couldn't she have put it near his door or whatever?
Then why would they find it back in her room on the floor? Why move it from his door back to her room?
Exactly. Like, it doesn't make any sense, Tsubaki.
I may see where you're going with this. Go on.
Pull out the walkie-talkie. I know you have it.
Hikari definitely had one in her room. But remember her statement. Both her and Daisaku heard a scream. What would you do if you heard a scream? Wouldn't you run towards it to find out what's going on?
Exactly.
I believe I would.
Right. If you hear a scream, you might struggle to focus on anything else, you know? You might run away and forget to close your door, for example.
Thank you.
Were you, saying that the scream made Hikari drop the walkie-talkie and forget to close her door?
Yep. Now, imagine if you were talking with somebody over the walkie-talkie, then both of you heard a scream. And then both of you ran to it, not knowing what it really was.
Thank you.
Then the killer would have hit Daisaku. Of course, a common horror movie tactic would be used here, luring the victim to their demise.
Yep, then you know what happens next, don't ya?
Mm-hmm.
The killer would have ran, and then caused a blackout, wouldn't they?
Exactly that.
Well, not exactly that. You're a bit off, because I don't think the killer caused a blackout, but yes.
Huh?
How did they know all of that?
And to finish my theory here,
And unfortunately, we're out of time. We'll finish Tsubaki's theory in the next episode. Even though I'm pretty sure that, actually... Yeah, we'll end the episode here. Don't mind me just being very indecisive. If I'm correct, Tsubaki's just going to pull out Daisuke's walkie-talkie that she found. But, yeah. I was at what was it? The inner resolution. I can't actually know. I've already forgotten the name of the mini game, but I think it's a good mini game. I feel like the first one. I feel like maybe if people are watching this in the comments, you can tell me I'm a very stupid idiot, and that the first answer was very obvious, and I should have gone in immediately, and it wasn't difficult at all. But I do feel like there was a couple different parents that were viable, that were correct. But I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Fuyuka's minigame. I'm assuming in future chapters and future trials, or maybe even later in this trial, if that minigame ever comes up, it'll be different characters and different characters will have it. But I've enjoyed this episode. I will say I'm getting a little bit frustrated with Hikari. Not majorly, because I understand why she's not sharing it, but if things would be a lot easier if she told out the group about the plan she made up, and things would just be a lot easier for her, and she wouldn't be as suspected. But you know what, it's fine. And honestly, this is just making me like Tsubaki even more. At the end of this trial, I'm actually going to have to really consider who is my favourite out of this cast. But with that said, in tomorrow's episode, we will finish off Tsubaki's theory, hopefully prove my innocence, hopefully prove that my story is actually what happened, and get closer to finding out who the killer is. But until then, bye-bye.